safari ever. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. We just landed at Old Kiombo in the Maasai Mara, and I think this has the potential to be the trip of a lifetime. A very good safari. We already met our friend Joseph. He's gonna bring us to the camp safely. Yeah. Maybe we're gonna see a few animals on our way there. We'll see. So we just arrived at Lerai Safari Camp in the Maasai Mara.
So this is actually part of the Africa Eco Wilderness Group. See the bloops if you haven't. And it's the same group that has the cliff in Nakuru. So when they reached out, I was very excited. And
this has the potential to be like the best safari trip that we have ever taken. And the reason why we say that is that this trip includes a lot of kind of safari bucket list items.
Yeah, kind of to create like that well-rounded ultimate safari.
This is the kind of trip that if you come to Kenya and do a safari once in your life, this is exactly what you're going to want to do. Yeah. On top of that, we have a very nice tent that Tracy would like to show you.
I do want to show you. So when you come on the tent, I believe we actually have one of the bigger tents, and I'm not sure how many of those there are. We're going to see the standard tents later on. You have a nice little balcony here with a couple chairs, and I believe at one point there was a river in front of us, but right now in front there's a little bit of like a dry riverbed with a couple areas of water, but that's okay. Come on in. Okay, so welcome to our tent. I'm gonna zip this up just in case mosquitoes get under it. So, over here we have a little desk area. It's got our bottled water. Again, kind of same decor theme as what the cliff is. Love the wooden desk. Same old, same old. There's a drawer apparently. You have a bed, which again, that same type of look of the cliff that we absolutely loved. 2 seating chairs. Spice and bubbly. Pretty pumped over that. And actually, it's just behind David, but we actually have a fan in here as well, which is really nice. Because it will get hot. And then you come behind the bed and you have all of your closet stuff. So one thing I do like is there is a lot of space here. So that way, where we come with a lot of tech, it's a little bit easier to kind of lay it all out. Safe, always good to have a safe. Plus a full-length mirror. I don't think people realize how rare a full-length mirror is in a safari camp. Not that you need it, but it's just a little nice addition. Then we have a shower there, sink here, toilet there. It's a beautiful thing.
Did have a bottle of sparkling wine waiting for us when we arrive in this beautiful tent, so don't mind me if I do.
Head into lunch with our last glass of champagne.
So I was fully planning on doing only B-roll, kind of just showing the food and everything, but guys, like, I'm telling you, this is probably one of the best meals I had in my entire life. It is phenomenal. I don't know why. It's the perfect amount. It's full of flavor. It's the perfect amount of sauce. The beef is delicious. There's like a sausage in the middle, like add like a nice little smokiness. The food is phenomenal. I can't wait to eat more meals here, but to be honest, like I'd be okay to eat this meal over and over again until I leave. So guys, I already talked about it, so I won't do it again, but the meal was amazing. It was fantastic. I'm full though, but anyway, we're gonna see you guys back for our first game drive here.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's gonna be nice.
I think so.
No, but the weather.
Yeah, that's
We'll
fair.
see.
Okay.
So for this game drive this afternoon, we are staying within the Olerai Conservancy. This is where our camp is. It's a small conservancy, but with quite a bit of wildlife. And it's raining a little bit right now, but it's not gonna stop us.
I think that was the closest we've ever been to hyenas.
It's probably because I still smell like that delicious beef I had for lunch. With the clouds and the rain, at no point I thought we would have got like the sunset that beautiful. It's like the sky's on fire, like the orange is so bright. That's beautiful. So just came back from the game drive, which was really good, even though it was raining a little bit.
Closest we ever got to a hyena.
That's for sure. But otherwise, like a lot of giraffe and zebras and antelope and a bunch of different animals. And yeah, they get pretty close to the truck, like not just the hyenas, but like in general, like that giraffe too at the sunset was pretty close, didn't seem to care. And that's what's nice in a very, very small conservancy, because we were alone. Like we saw zero other trucks.
Fun fact, this tent at camp is the only camp in this conservancy.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
You feel like you're kind of alone in the world, and that's really nice. I like that feeling.
Nice.
Yeah. So now we're gonna change.
Let's go for supper.
Supper, maybe a little fire. We'll see, because it's raining on and off. No, but the food is too good not to eat.
It is so good.
Okay, let's change. Let's change. This camp is actually not fenced, so especially at night, we always have guards walking us around to stay safe.
So we thought it was going to rain, so we didn't end up having a bush dinner, and like it was kind of raining. But we came back to the camp. It's beautiful, so we have a nice fire, and they set up our dinner right beside the fire. That's pretty cute. So they brought us bitings, but I think it's more like a first supper.
Big fan?
Mm-hmm. Now that we want some supper, we have so far to go. Ta-da!
We have arrived.
We ate a lot of food today. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't finish my appetizer. I couldn't finish my main. So it feels really good to end the night with some fruit, some health.
Great fire, great supper, great staff. Shout out to Martin, like he's very funny.
He is really funny.
Big fan. Overall, super good day here. And now we're gonna go.
Day.
Yeah, it was really, really nice.
We had a packed first day for once.
But it's gonna get more packed than that, and now that's why we need to go to bed, because even though it's not even 9, we have to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning because we're going up. Morning.
Morning, morning.
How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Very good.
She's calling me like the rainbow.
So this morning we are actually flying in a hot air balloon with Hot Air Africa Echo. It's the same people that have the camp in the cliff, so we love them already. The balloon is there. It's getting ready. I'm pretty excited because the weather is great. Just a little bit of wind for us to move around, and a beautiful sunrise.
It was a little tedious this morning, not gonna lie. I was super tired, and then when you get here, you're like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. She got the coffee. She's good.
Let's go.
hot air balloon rides are totally depending on
what is going
the
on right
weather,
now, guys? Can you
and
see we're
right
going back
now
up?
it is
I
ideal
didn't put in
because
enough
the wind
heat
is
to
just
take us
strong
back up.
enough to push us, so we're actually
Something
like
is
we're going
changing up there.
miles
We've got
compared to the
turbulent air,
first
we've
ride that
got
we ever
faster
did
air,
where
so
like
what
we didn't
happens is
really
you
go anywhere. Thankfully the Kilimanjaro
get,
view kind of saved the ride,
what's called
but
false
this
wind.
is like so much better.
fast
We've
air
even
going over the
seen
top.
giraffes
And that
already,
creates a low
some
pressure.
buffaloes.
Because
It's
inside there's
beautiful.
air is not
And we're
moving.
actually
That's air
inside
pressure, and then
the
up there, like a wing,
Maasai Mara National
going faster,
Reserve.
so
Like
it's
we're not
lower
in a
pressure.
random conservancy or
Sucking
anything,
us
we're
up.
actually inside the reserve,
What
so
happens
it's
when it-
fantastic.
When gravity.
So since balloons are going up somewhere and down somewhere else, we're actually following, excuse me, I would say about like 6 cars that are just chasing the balloon to make sure that we have a ride when we land somewhere.
It's so calm and peaceful.
So we just got a call on the radio saying that there's lions by the river, trying to find them. In the meantime, this is great, guys. Like, wow.
It's phenomenal.
And I think we can see our breakfast spot right there, because yeah, it comes with a champagne breakfast, obviously.
And that's where breakfast is.
Time to get ready for landing.
So clearly this is not the first time they've done this. They show up with this massive truck, unpack tables, chairs, tablecloths, food, everything. And I also spy some champagne. So let's go check it out. So behind me is the buffet. So these are the tables I was talking about. Very back in the background, if you can spot it, there's a loo with a view. Gotta go check that out, clearly. And then we have our champagne drink table.
So you guys know me, I had to go check out the loo with a view. Gonna go a little bathroom review in the middle of the Maasai Mara. I think you can't get much better than that. There you go. Well, it doesn't get much better than that in the middle of the bush, I have to say.
So for breakfast, we had the standard buffet breakfast, your beans, your omelets, crepes I believe too, I just didn't get one. Yeah, really good. I say standard, but we also had champagne. So.
Something else super cool that they're actually doing here is that they fixed a GoPro on a rope from the balloon that was taking photos of us.
That's really cool.
So that's something else that you can purchase after the fact, but it's such a cool like and unique souvenir.
you're up
Never
in the
seen
air
that.
when they do it,
So now we
so,
gotta go to the computer to check them out. But it's very bright, so we need this. Guys, that was so cool. But before we talk about that, quick game drive and then back to the lodge. Remember when we were still up in the air and I said that somebody called us on the radio to tell us that by the river stream they were seeing some lions? Well, we just found them and we would have never saw that from the air. They're literally like under the bushes, sleeping, waiting for the day to go away and maybe go for a hunt tonight, something like that. What a morning this was!
This was a crazy morning.
That was so cool. Everything was wonderful.
It
Like
was
The
Phenomenal.
balloon ride was so good. It's our second one.
I really like our pilot.
Yeah, it's our second one ever. The first one, we didn't have any wind and we didn't go,
But
anywhere.
not anyone's fault.
We didn't really see any animals, but that is not nobody's fault. It's nature. But today, perfect.
Amazing.
Beautiful sunrise. Perfect amount
And,
of
like,
wind.
the first time when we got up and I saw the giraffe, like, I
Yes.
felt like a kid inside.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. And like she said, our pilot, his name was Riz, and he was
Amazing.
10 out of 10. He was really
Amazing.
kind of funny, dad jokes,
Yeah.
kind of jokes that I like. So it was great. And
Super personable.
the food was good, very
Yeah.
good, full on buffet. Like they literally showed up there with a mobile kitchen.
It's
So-
cool that it was in the bush.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
No, I thought we were gonna go back to a building or something
Yeah,
like that, but
same.
no, they just set up in the middle of the National Reserve in the Maasai Mara.
Lose with a view.
Lose with a view. That was pretty cool. So yeah, 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend flying in a hot air balloon over the Maasai Mara. I'll put all the contact that company down below as well, just in case you want to try it out. Totally worth it. Now we are very tired because even though hot air balloon rides are great, you gotta wake up very early to do that. So we're gonna snooze a little
Probably have a little power nap.
and then go for lunch. And if it's half as good as yesterday, I'm gonna be so happy.
After one successful nap later,
Just for her, because I did a lot of work.
it was very productive. Now I have lots of energy.
Perfect. So if she's happy, I'm happy. Now we're having lunch, and like I said earlier, if it's half as good as yesterday, I have high hopes right now though. I'm gonna be like hard to please.
So another amazing lunch, and something that we never told you guys about this camp is the camp is actually only 6 tents. You know from our previous reviews, we really like the smaller camps. Service is just more personalized and you have more option. So yeah, we didn't really do a full camp tour because you see it in our video. But behind me is where we eat lunch every day. Right down there is where you saw us last night at the fireplace. And well, we're just gonna walk to our tent. So when I said earlier, like your service is a little bit more personalized, point number 1, when we first showed up, they're like, if you have any dietary needs or you want a specific meal, just let the chef know and he'll make it, like off menu. That's cool. Number 2 is, I was like, I want some coffee. Can we just bring it to our room? So we brought it to our room and I was like, last night I heard something about popcorn. Can we have popcorn tonight? And he's like, yeah. So we're gonna have popcorn with our biting tonight.
So another little relaxing afternoon, which, there's nothing wrong with that.
I think we have.
Me, I have a hard time believing myself. That's why I stopped, because I'm always like, go, go, go.
But it's also like he doesn't shut off, and I think it's the only time you do.
Yeah.
So I'm happy when I see you sit
Yeah.
and do nothing for a little bit.
Very relaxing.
It's been great.
So we do have a little safari planned with a sundowner and everything, but obviously, because we're so lucky, it just started to sprinkle a little. But it was like that yesterday too, and we had like quite a bit,
beautiful-
yeah, a very nice like sunset,
Yeah.
even though it was very covered. So we'll see if we're gonna get lucky again. But at the end of the day, we're gonna have some popcorn, so who cares? Tracy, do you have something to say?
It's always a good day when you see outfits. There's such a tiny baby elephant, and his trunk is so tiny.
Guys, we just found a herd of safari vehicle right there. And there's cheetahs there too.
we just got to the hippo pool and we're able to get out of the truck and have a closer look.
Say that again. Hippo pool?
Hippo pool?
Hippo pool.
Hippo pool.
So no sundowner in the park tonight because it got covered real quick and I couldn't even tell you where the sun was gonna set until it was actually right over the horizon. So whatever, it happens, it's part of the experience. But we saw a lot of animals, a lot of cats, a ton of lions. So you know what, there's nothing to complain about.
Our day was already made after the hot air balloon safari, so...
Even though we didn't get a sundowner, they didn't forget our popcorn. Guys, the chef did it again. It's delicious. How was the food?
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So, fantastic balloon ride this morning.
Great safaris.
Fantastic food. Like, we'll talk about that later, but...
But now we're gonna go to bed because tomorrow we actually have one more thing to show you guys. A super cool activity that you can do here.
Yeah.
And now good night.
I'm pretty excited.
And now good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good morning, guys. I know what you're thinking. Nice shorts. Those are my favorite EUBI shirts because they go as well with a simple t-shirt, with this nice button-up shirt, and they're good in any occasion. Like to eat breakfast, horseback riding, for safaris, and even on a plane. So if you want a pair of these sweet shorts or any other outfit that you see me wear all the time, make sure to check out EUBI's website, a first link down below as usual. Now let's go see what the other tents look like just to give you guys some options.
So as we mentioned in the beginning, we actually have one of the bigger tents. This is the standard size, and to be honest, besides it having like a little bit more leg room, that type of thing, it's the exact same. I love it. So the bathroom, this is the bathroom in the smaller tent. Exact same thing, you still have a full-length mirror and everything, all of your wardrobe space, it's just a slightly different configuration. So this is a different configuration of the tents as well. A little bit smaller in the sense of, like our tent, there's not as much space right here, but you have it separated into the twin beds. And in the back, the bathroom is the exact same as the one we just showed you.
And there is one more thing that you can do here that will truly add to your ultimate safari experience, and it's called Ride Maasai Mara.
So the barn, actually they have 11 horses, and the way they have it configured is kind of like an open stall concept. So there's no competition for food, each stall has their own hay, and they actually have like almost like private little barriers that they said sometimes they'll find the horses sleeping behind just for a little bit of privacy. But it's nice because they can roam around, food and water 24/7. It's great.
Hey Trace, cool hat by the way. Me too, right? It's pretty cool. It's really cool because the horses here, they have just so much space to be just free and walk around. They're just among the zebras and the warthogs, and they're just part of the wildlife. The best thing about horseback riding safari is that you can actually get much closer to animals because they don't see you as much of a threat than when you're in like a safari truck, for example. back to Nairobi. Are you sad?
Yeah.
Maasai Mara is better.
It's just Nairobi's hectic.
Yeah. Let's go back home and talk about our wonderful trip. So we just came back from a fantastic weekend. This was really the ultimate safari experience.
Yeah, it was. And like I think we mentioned earlier, the only thing that we missed was like the true sundowner experience.
Proper sundowner.
But I mean, you can't make anything of that. Like, it was raining.
Yeah, it was due to the weather, and to be honest, even with the bad weather on the first day that we arrived, we still had an amazing sunset. So overall, very good. The hot air balloon was a 12 out of 10 experience.
Yeah.
It was so good. But again, we had like perfect weather, perfect condition, but like highly recommend. That was great. Food. 10 out of 10.
I think they won best
goodness.
safari camp food.
Yeah, I think.
Sirko is still up there, but this is.
That was really some of the best food we've had in a safari camp ever. And special shout out to Martin. He took
great.
really good care of us at every single meal. And lastly, this morning the horse ride was super cool. That was with Ride Maasai Mara. Yeah. Very nice. They have I'm sure they have different package and things like that. We did something kind of last minute this morning, and we had somebody walking our horses because we have no business being on horses. But if you know a little bit more or more planning or whatever, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do with them, and it's really cool because you get much closer to the animals and everything.
The giraffes, all the giraffes there.
It's very unique. You're kind of part of the wildlife. So overall, thank you so much to Lerai Safari Camp for having us. We had a blast. Highly recommended. It's a small camp, just with everything you need. Yeah. Very personalized. They made chapatis for us. They gave us a lot of popcorn. It was great.
Yeah, that's true. Popcorn.
So that is it for this trip. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys
in the next one.
In the Maasai Mara.
So this is actually part of the Africa Eco Group.
Africa Eco Wilderness Group.
I was like, I forgot a word there.
Okay, so this it's very overexposed.
Just put it in
I think it's fine. It's
just
fine.
Put it in automatic.
So you
You
can just see my mouth. Hello. So we just got a call on the radio saying that there's possibly lions.
Will they leave? Yes. Zebra.
Ever.